Anyway, I'm talking about the mimetic phenomenon, the phenomenon of imitation. I think that the internet is sort of like this, just generally this synthesis machine. It is a machine that synthesizes information on a lot of levels. You go to the end of a Wikipedia article and it says you want to see these other topics. You go to the end of a news article. See also, this might interest you. Here's 5 more news articles on that similar topic. Or you're typing in keywords to your email and certain ads pop up. It's like everything. The internet is completely a synthesis machine. It is synthesizing information. That is what it does, constantly, all the time. That's what Facebook does. It's like, oh, on the basis of whatever friends you have, here's 5 more people you may know. Same thing with Twitter. Here's people you should also follow. I mean, literally everything. That is the entire phenomenon of the online world, is just processing and synthesizing information and making connections, and it is entirely the synchronistic universe. That's just what it is. That's how it operates. That's like the basic laws of that universe, And there are those of us like myself who have been interested in these concepts of synchronicities for a long time, and I have been designing a project on the basis of the concept of synchronicity with the gent. That has always been the point, and something that I've been into. And but now with the internet, and particularly smartphones, and how much more intensive this world is getting, the synchronistic universe, the world of synthesis of the online world, is really just taking over literally everything. I mean, and so it is a world of synchronicities. It is a world of mimetics in a certain way, because it is basically saying, oh, well, you like this thing, well, let me find something that approximates that, and here, you might like this too. So everything is, when you have that kind of synthesis, what you're really saying is like, oh, here's a similar thing, and 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 it just keeps going and going and going and going. And that's just the internet. That's what it's just generally about all the time anyway. So, like these concepts of art in the age of mass reproduction, the idea of Warhol and these soup cans, and these artists who, like Mark Kastabi or Jeff Koons, who were kind of playing off of these concepts. I mean, the internet has just taken that age of mass reproduction and cloning and reproducing and all this, just to a whole other dimension. Because now we are in that kind of synchronistic universe. I do think that this sort of acausal connecting principle and the concepts of synthesis and the things that are going on online do lead to certain profound insights. I do think a lot of these connections that are being made on there, that there is something to that, that there could be something to sympathetic magic. I'm not saying, now if you gauge these things and evaluate these things in terms of causality, you are bound to be disappointed. But I think it's really through the internet itself and the intensity of it, and the amount of information that it's continually able to process, and how pervasive it's becoming. And that includes taking on these various forms like the cell phones, and when it reaches a whole other dimension with Google Glasses and various other ways of just kind of expanding the scope of this internet synchronistic universe, that it will just inevitably reveal much more profound connections between things that are something like sympathetic magic, that kind of reveal even more how profound synchronicity really is, in my opinion. I mean, it took a lot to see these kinds of things in the purely electric age of Marshall McLuhan, the age of television, of William Burroughs, and these sorts of people. You know, like, they were still talking about the synchronistic universe, the magical universe, in those times, before something like the internet, which is really just like this synchronicity machine, is basically what it is, in my opinion. I've really been part of this very immersive, completely schizoid, insane universe now for years. Okay? I mean, totally going into it. And to the point where, yeah, I've lived this. I'm not talking about, like, I'm pretending to live this for a couple hours a day at night on Broadway. I'm fucking living it 24/7. I'm fucking dreaming it.